Hey guys, so here is yet another alternating activity that I think a lot of you could benefit from integrating into the routines that you're all doing. And it's an advanced version of a side plank. So a side plank is useful because it challenges a little bit more of the lateral part of our body, but it's most useful if you can make it so that your body is not rigid when you're doing it, that you allow for some bending to happen. You see, when we're unloaded, we have a lot more freedom of movement through our torso, and it's best for us to use it as opposed to always training ourselves in a very rigid, straight position. So what we're going to do is we're getting to a side plank position. We're not going to do the feet stacked, we're going to have them staggered. The way that you can set it up is you start with a high plank position, and then you just pivot your feet. And what we're going to do is push through our arms and our legs to create a bowing up into the sky. If my shirt was a little bit tighter, you would see that my torso was fairly bent. We're not going to be straight on. We're going to have about 30-45 degrees turned to the ground. This way you feel a lot of obliques. And what you're going to do is, keeping this pressure, you're then going to lift up the back rear leg and hold this arm like a bow and arrow, looking down at the down arm, and push the air out. You then come back to a high plank position and then pivot, and you're going to lift the other leg with the bow and arrow. Now, that pushing the air out is a big deal. You see, that gets your obliques to really engage. Your abs are predominantly designed to compress the contents of your abdomen and to push the contents of your abdomen out, either up, as in the case of vomiting, or out in the case of other stuff. So forcing some air out is going to help you really feel your obliques engage while you're doing this. And it's best for you to, if you're gonna hold it for some length of time, instead of counting seconds, count breaths. Lifting the opposite leg is gonna really help you engage the opposite adductor inner thigh of that oblique. And so what we're getting is your oblique and opposite inner thigh to really kick in together, which is a big deal when it comes to this shifting side to side motion. Glutes are a big deal when it comes to the lower body, but there are cannon, an inner thigh, an adductor is what helps to anchor and aim that cannon. It's a bigger deal than it's often given credit for. So again, to review, you're trying to get your obliques and your inner thighs to kick in together. This is an advanced side plank. You start in a high plank, pivot over, bow and arrow the arm, lift, give them a go, throw them in a circuit, throw them at the end of the circuit. Let me know what you think and how they feel. I hope you're all well.